Back now to tonight's final presidential debate. One of the topics will be immigration. This is an issue that has been a centerpiece of Donald Trump's campaign from the beginning. So what will he say tonight? Joining us now is Linda Chavez. She's a Republican and former Reagan official. She is not supporting Trump. Ms. Chavez, thanks so much for being here.
Great to be with you, Allison.
Immigration, of course, is an issue close to your heart. Donald Trump has talked about how we need to secure our borders. What don't you like about his position?
Well, first of all, the best way to secure our border, beyond putting in good border security, is to change our legal immigration laws to make it possible for the people that we need to bring into the country, whose skills we need, to come here legally. And Donald Trump really does not like that. He wants to basically end immigration, legal immigration as we know it. He wants to go back to a system that was in place prior to 1965, a system that basically had country quotas and made it very difficult for people to come to the United States. That will actually increase the pressure on people to come here illegally, so it actually is counterproductive, even from his point of view.
What about his plan for a wall? What do you make of that?
Well, you know, we already have a wall along a portion of the border, but anybody who has spent time in the American Southwest recognizes how impractical, difficult, and expensive it would be to try to put a solid wall between Mexico and the United States. Part of the terrain is mountainous, it's desert. You would really interrupt the ecosystem in the Southwest, and frankly, any wall that you build, someone will figure out a way to get over it or to tunnel under it. So I think it's really a waste of resources. And again, if you want to have better security, there are high-tech means. We already have invested more in border security along our southern border. We've tripled the amount of money we're spending. In fact, we spend more money on enforcing that southern border than we do on all other federal law enforcement combined. And so it's just, to me, it's a mystery why, as conservatives, we would want to throw more money at it and build walls when there is a better way to deal with immigration.
Well, let's talk about that, what you just said, that as a conservative, the conundrum that you find yourself in, because you're not alone. You are a Republican, you are a conservative, yet you don't want to vote for Donald Trump. So what are you going to do on Election Day? Would you vote for Hillary Clinton?
Well, I hope not to have to do that. I think Donald Trump is an existential threat to America, that his election, we're looking at, you just had a report on Aleppo and what's, not on Aleppo, on Iraq and what's happening in Mosul. And, the whole foreign policy threat that I think he poses. He is somebody who doesn't know very much about foreign policy. He's somebody who sort of shoots from the hip, which is extremely dangerous in this environment. So I really cannot vote for him. It looks, according to the polls, like Hillary Clinton is going to win easily. I live in Colorado, which is a swing state, and it does not look like Donald Trump has a chance here. So I don't think when I go into that polling booth I'm going to have to pull the lever for Hillary Clinton. And what I will be doing is supporting all of the Republican down-ticket candidates, because I think it's really important to have Republicans in Congress, should Hillary Clinton be elected president, to be able to stop her from doing things that, frankly, I will find objectionable.
So you're going to leave it blank, basically, is what you're saying?
I'm basically going to leave it blank. I mean, that's my intention. I might write in Marco Rubio. He was my candidate in the primary season. But there's just no way in the world that I can vote for Donald Trump.
So Donald Trump says that if he loses, that it will have been a rigged election. In fact, he's waiting for that possibility. He's saying that the election is rigged. What do you think of that language?
Well, I think it's dangerous language. And you know what's interesting about it is this is right out of the Russian playbook, the sort of disinformation campaign. Back in the days when it was the Soviet Union, they always tried to throw a pall of illegitimacy on America and American elections. And Donald Trump is feeding right into that right now. He wants people to think that if he doesn't win, it's not because he's a loser, which I think he is, but because the election has been stolen. And that undermines the very fabric of our democracy. I mean, we live in a country in which there's peaceful transition. Even if you don't like the person who wins, you accept it. I didn't like the fact Barack Obama won twice, but, you know, I was willing to accept him as the legitimate president of the United States and to go out there and criticize him when I disagreed with his policies and fight to make sure that Congress kept him in check. But I accepted his election. And I think it's very dangerous when you have the nominee of the Republican Party basically telling people that this election is being stolen.
Linda Chavez, always good to get your perspective. Thanks so much.